Hello, welcome to the Love and Laugh Joycast. My name's John Peters. We're going to bring on our other co-hosts here. Let's welcome Ed the Med and comedian Cha. Welcome tonight, guys, girls.
Welcome.
Welcome.
How are we all doing tonight?
How are you doing, Ed?
Oh, alive and well. And you, Charles?
Good.
Good. I'm glad you're good.
Yeah.
All right, I got to find a place to put this logo where it's not over our heads. It's not going to work. How about there? No, that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, anyway, welcome to the show tonight. We have a special comedian guest, comedian Ed the Meds, our special guest tonight. He doesn't know it. We voted him in.
That's right.
2-1. 2-1.
Even though he's here every week faithfully for many years. Or how long have we been doing this?
We've been. The first time was years ago through the Accounting Blog. We went way back in 2013.
Right.
I started as a call-in, then you made me a co-host.
Right. We did that for what? Was it 2 years or something ridiculous?
I think it was 3 years or longer.
Wow. And then we brought Cha as a co-host. We took a break for about 2 years, and here we are.
Yeah, we just recently started again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, how's everybody's week has been?
Well, it's been kind of a comedy week. This actually happened. I don't know whether I was walking inside to work at the courthouse. I work on the second floor of the courthouse. And this deputy was carrying Dunkin' Donuts and coffee. And I told him, I said, "You look like you're ready for work." He goes, "Donut, no."
Oh.
I told him, I said, "That sounds like something I would say."
Oh, so did you shoot him after he said that? You should have.
No, I told him, I said, "Beware my competition for wordplay is going."
Well, that probably would be something you would say because you've probably been in the back seat of many cop cars.
Oh,
that's where
that would actually be a promotion.
That's where you learn your cop puns in the back seat in cups.
Well, and then I had an idea. I'm full of ideas. Well, one of my favorite Christmas karaoke is "Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer." And I said, well, there's this infamous law firm in Florida called Morgan & Morgan. I don't know if you know. It's like he's a big name in Florida. I don't know if you've heard, but personal injury law firm. So I said, well, yeah, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Where's Morgan & Morgan?
Hold on. You're confusing me. Which one is Morgan?
They're both Morgans. The whole family of Morgans is lawyers. Morgan & Morgan law firm.
So who's the reindeer?
I don't know. Anyway, I saw Grandma got run over by a reindeer. So I said, "Where's Morgan & Morgan when we need them?" I'm waiting because Grandma was got run over. Now the family should be filing a lawsuit. Where's the personal injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan? Guess what? This week Morgan & Morgan had an ad describing Grandma getting run over by a reindeer, comical ad, but it was like.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I don't know whether that falls in the line of prophetic comedy or not, but it was. I had to say
it, Ed.
Yeah.
You called it.
Yeah.
Wow. You should sue them for copyright infringement.
I should sue them for reading my mind. If they could read my mind, the tales they would tell.
Well, in Pennsylvania, where you're from, I used to be around that area. I drove by an attorney's office. I kid you not. His name was Attorney DUH.
Duh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then there was a office for a chiropractor. It said crawl-ins, walk-ins, and crawl-ins. Just was okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I just love when what do you call that? Serendipity, when comedy meets reality.
Oh yeah.
I have to think. Let me think. I have to write that down. Serendipity, when comedy meets reality.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, you should be writing down everything I say. Come on, this stuff is profound stuff.
It is. Well, serendipity.
Well, while you're waiting, what about the peanut butter? They get a caution in there. Caution may contain peanuts.
Oh,
No.
what?
Yeah. Now they're always warning people of everything.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I ate a lot of peanuts today. I had, what was it, Peter Pan or Jiffy?
Okay.
And I had that for lunch. I had the peanut butter, then I had peanuts just now before coming on. So,
Mm-hmm.
comedian's favorite snack food. Hey, we have Chip Faust watching. Chip, welcome to the
Hi, Chip.
Laugh and Laugh Joycast. Chip is our #1 fan. Let's get it together. Yay!
That's the chipper guy. The chip of the old.
#1. We ought to give him some kind. Here, this for you, Chip.
Chip. How about a chip ahoy? Woo! Ahoy, chip. Or better yet, ahoy, chip.
Oh gosh. What
Okay.
does he have to say?
He's just watching.
Uh-huh.
See, I'll post his comments on because they're usually very witty.
Mm-hmm.
Witty. Are we comedians or are we just sharp-witted individuals?
Well,
Let's ponder that.
well, think about it. I like to say that I'm a comedian doesn't mean I'm funny, or at times, it's kind of hard to be a comedian because nobody will take me seriously.
That's my line.
It is not.
It is. I said that. I posted that. I said, I'm trying to promote my comedy. I wish more people would take me seriously.
No, your line is this. Your line is this. Hey, sweetie, you don't mind if I sit down on this chair? My line would be, not if you don't mind if I plug it in.
Yeah, an electric chair. Oh.
To dog. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Speaking of Chip, here he is. He says, "Yay, love the peanuts. Thank yous." That's
Yes,
Pennsylvania for thank you.
No.
Uh-huh.
Well, my peanut butter. Speaking of peanut butter, my favorite peanut butter for years has been Jif.
Okay, let's.
What story I have about that? They had this commercial that it was a song that "Moms like me choose Jif, choose Jif." Well, I modified it one time. I said, "Dads like me choose Jif, choose Jif." And then when my oldest daughter was about 7 years old, and she heard the commercial on TV, "Moms like me choose Jif," she said, "Daddy, they stole your song."
Okay, so what's the difference between Jif and maybe something else? If you ever did a blind test, would you be able to tell the difference? No, I don't mean that you can see or not see. I mean to be able to tell which peanut butter.
By the flavor.
I never took that test. I wouldn't know.
I think that is a very good question, and I think in our future show we should have the blind peanut butter tasting test.
That's right. That's right. And hopefully we can have the mute.
Now back to what I was sharing. I modified the song. It said, "Dad like me choose Jif," and then when my oldest daughter saw the singing, the original, she said, "Daddy, they stole your song." I said, "No, honey, it's the other way around. I'm the one who stole it."
Well, if we can't have the mute, we can have the mime.
Yeah, you do it well. Mm-hmm.
You mime.
I have many skills yet to be discouraged.
Oh.
Discovered. You guys know what a malpropism is?
A
I don't know
what?
if I'm saying it right. Malpropism.
No, can you spell it?
I actually learned this word at a Toastmasters group because I told a joke, and this guy was from Silicon Valley. These are like really intelligent people. He said that was a malpropism. It's when you take an English word and you use it wrongly as if it's a different word.
Okay.
And the word was my grandson Freddie. He's actually reading a book on disasters, and he literally said this to me. He said, "Grandpa, did you know that the Hindenburg was powered by Hay Dragon?" I said, "What?" He said, "Hay Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
HYDROGEN."
Mm-hmm.
Dragon. Isn't that brilliant? He actually
Hay
came up
Dragon?
with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a malpropism.
Well, I did that with my mother. One time I stayed out too late, and my mother speaks German and English, and she's very proud that she speaks English very well. And so I came in and she was very angry. She said, why are you late? What's wrong with you? On. And I was going to get it. And so I knew she was very proud of speaking 2 languages. So I said, Mutti, I you know what happened? I had the Instagram thing. And like you said, that type of a word didn't mean anything. She's just too proud to ask. She let me alone.
That's brilliant. So you made
Yeah.
up the word, and she was too proud to ask the definition of it.
Oh yeah. She just stopped her.
Wow.
Stopped her.
How old
Yeah.
were you? How old are you when that happened?
Oh, I must have been 17.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. And my mother's 95, and she still lives in a house with, not a gingerbread house, but a house with 2 levels to it. She's 95. She's built like a German tank. My goodness.
And she can do the stairs?
Yeah, she could do this. And the stairs are the old-fashioned stairs, where they're very thin and going on up and wide angle.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My first comedy gig was about my mother, but you have to, oh my goodness, I had to clarify it with her. And it was something like that Germans, I think I've already brought that out, but I had to clarify it with her. I really did. But they're not funny. Not even when they're drinking. I mean, they're not funny.
Really? Not happy drunks?
No. And there's this one thing I in as much as she said, like, it wasn't the Germans, it wasn't the Americans that came up with the idea of putting missing children on, that they used to put on milk cartons. She says it was the Germans, and we put it on beer bottles. And then I grew up thinking the St. Pauli girl was a missing child. It's so, yeah. Oh my gosh. And then every night you get a story. And Disneyland's built around a lot of German, the stories, and they tell a lot. But these were scary fairy tales.
Okay.
So I wasn't a good German child till I was scared to death going to sleep. That's how we slept. And everything.
Hansel and Gretel is like petrifying.
Oh yes, it's all petrified.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that was Stranger Danger before it was Stranger Danger. You don't talk to strangers. I said, Moody, if I don't talk to a stranger, how am I going to get a husband? Mm-hmm.
How's that worked out for you, Joe?
I've met many strangers.
Sorry, I had to go there.
I quit.
Well, I know I told you this before, but I do have some German blood in me. I'm a quarter German, for real.
I thought you were a quarterback.
No, I'm a quarter German, and I'm an 1/8 Chinese and totally confused.
Oh, that's right. He said he was Chinese.
An 1/8 Chinese. I'm not sure which 8.
Yeah, I'm not taking you out, but that's fine.
If anybody ever, I can get offended by that phrase. That's so Asian. I said, careful.
Really?
I've not heard that
My
phrase.
great-grand. You ever heard of the phrase? That's so Asian.
No.
No, is that something new?
Oh no, it's been around for a long time. That's so Asian.
Wow.
That's
like a really overscoping
scope.
statement. Yeah. That's like saying all Jewish people have curly hair on the sides. It's absurd.
I think some of the what of it may mean that some Asians I know are so they're so black and white, so literalist that they don't, I give you an example. One woman, she I think she was at least in part Chinese, right? And she since retired from the county. I would say something which to me was figurative, and she'd take it literally. Like one time I said, I'm trying to decide what to do when I grow up. Obviously, joke goes, "You're grown up." Just the way she said it, so persnippety. Oh, thank you for letting me know. I wasn't aware.
Yeah, well, different cultures are different cultures, and you're one culture by itself, there, Ed.
I'm a mix. I'm like I told you, the German, the
Mixed
Chinese,
up.
and the last name grandma was just Scotch Irish.
Wow.
Need I say more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Sure, you are a culture in yourself. You're in a world of your own.
I give up. Like give it up trying to understand me, because I had a guy in the 80s say, Graham, true story, Graham, every time I think I figured it out, you puzzle me. I said, give it up, Ken. I don't understand myself.
There you go.
Guess what? The Myers-Briggs personality test I took wore that out about me. So they do.
First of all, you have to have a personality.
What are you saying, Jaw?
He's got many personalities, Cha. I've seen his wigs.
Yeah, that's true. But see, I don't understand him, and I'm wondering, don't you have that little doohickey machine that you can subtitles
Yeah, what do you
so I
want?
can understand them?
What do you want?
Oh, show me. I don't know. See, this is like old time. This is what we used to do on the podcast.
Okay.
And you guys are such good gentlemen. You let me harass you.
All right.
The scars grow deep. Yeah, no.
I love you guys a lot. I really do.
I know.
Good thing.
I can feel the love.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to mention the fact that I'm still recovering from all that love. So.
Yeah. You know, it's just a Jersey way.
Yeah.
It was a Jersey.
I mean, you misunderstood me. I invited you to have dinner with John and me one night, but I didn't say have me for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just found this in from Chip. My great grandmother was my Babish was 10-year-old from Yugoslavia. She kissed us so hard it made your ears ring.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Gives new meaning, the earring.
Mm-hmm.
Chip, I had an Italian grandmother, and
Oh, my
she would
God.
chase us around. I would never let her kiss me. I was so shy. I would run and not let my poor grandmother just wanted to kiss her grandkid. No, I would have nothing to do with that.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I remember my my oldest daughter would tease my first son, and they were 6 years apart. And so I said, Ryan, this is what you do. Go hug her. What? Yeah, go hug her. And so that's what he did. And then he added stuff like, come here, honey bunch, come here, honey bunch, come here. And she did not like it a bit.
Oh,
It
yeah.
worked. It worked. It worked.
So Chip is saying his Baba, I guess his grandmother was 101 years old, or is 101.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's important to respect your parents, grandparents. I mean, they're a gift. Both my parents, of course, my grandparents are long gone. My parents are gone about 10 years or so.
Mhm.
You know, you miss them. Thank God. I believe both my parents are going to be in heaven, and I'll get to hang out with them there. And I always wish I could have done more for them, though.
Yeah.
You know, I was young trying to keep my own family going, but I wish I could have done more for them.
Mm-hmm.
Officially, I became an orphan 6 months ago. My stepdad passed away, so officially I'm an orphan.
Well, we'll adopt you, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We'll
thank you.
adopt you.
Yeah. No one stakes claim to me.
Really?
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Wait, no one sticks clean to you?
No.
That's because it's your chopsticks.
She's like the free wind.
Yeah. I'm a lot of the wind.
Do this with your
She's
hair.
like the wind.
Child, do this with your hair. I'm just
Yeah.
She goes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just a second. I need a gift drawer.
Yeah. The day I came home from the hospital, they packed my suitcase and put it under the crib. They did. I'm telling you, they did.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you a middle child or what?
Oh, yeah, which was worse. I was a middle child of the little kids.
Now, how many brothers and sisters?
5.
Oh my gosh.
So I was number 5 of 6, and my sister was the oldest, so she left. So I was left with all boys,
Wow.
and that's why I'm such a sweetheart.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot.
We understand.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
We understand now, Chaw.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
I understand now, Chaw, and I forgive you.
Yeah, I lift weights all the time. Yeah, I'm overweight, so when I step on the stairs, I lift weights. Yeah. So my brothers do wrestling and play basketball. Well, no, not basketball, really baseball and football. I was playing there with them.
All right. Chip says my mom said she would beat us like redheaded stepchildren. I love it. I like your mom, Chip.
Yeah. Do you remember when your parents made cake and things like that? You're able to lick the beater. Wasn't that great?
Yes, I remember that.
I know how I survived all the unhealthy stuff I did. I licked bowls. I rode in back of pickup trucks. I played in the sun without sunscreen.
I know. But when my mother gave me to lick the beater, she didn't unplug it. She
Oh,
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
There you go.
so you were battered with the batter.
It batters. Yeah. You're really good with puns, Ed. You guys are talented. I'm telling you, you're very, very good with puns. You're very, very fast. Very, very good.
I wish I was that fast in other areas.
Well, so do we all do. You know, I'm fast at spending money, and I'm fast, but you're really fast in puns.
Yeah, he's got a good mind.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
I didn't say that.
kind of a lot. It gets a little complex, and how people have different. There's many different types of personalities now. Like some are more emotional than logical, or some are more logical than emotional. Now it gets even more complex. Now, hang on, I'm going somewhere. I mean,
I hope so.
now it gets even more. You might be emotional in over certain areas of your life, and not so in another. Like what might phase me might not even phase you two. One more, and it depends on your current frame of mind too. That's why going to church, it can be very confusing. Well, it's like, get out there, work. Other Christians like, suffer for Jesus, suffer for Jesus. Oh, God wants you rich and prosperous. Now, who am I supposed to believe? Again, it depends. What stage are you in your life?
Right.
Yes, maybe.
Well, I like the prosperity gospel. I call it, name it and claim it. I call it shoot it and loot it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I tried that at the store and I got it for shoplifting.
Name it, claim it.
No, you can't do that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Chip says, "Don't mess with mom. You like the beater when we got beat."
Got a beater.
Well, being my moderate, all things in moderation type personality, which again, my big boys out about me, and one of my friends even said, "You do all things in moderation." Well, it's either you can want to bypass Calvary and get Pentecostal and name it, claim it, just make me rich and happy, God, or you can get stuck in a rut that you never experienced the blessings.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, I went to this one church, just as for real. They say, "Just as I am." All 5 verses. About the 5th time I started singing it, I was about ready to go up and get saved again. Because I'm starting to hum by then I'm using my own words. When will this service be over? I'm getting hungry for a Big Mac.
All right, let me teach you guys a tip. I've been a Christian many years. Yeah. If you start running out of food and you get hungry, find a new church you've never been at before, go up and get saved again. Invite you for lunch afterwards, and you can do that each week. Just make sure you go to a new church, and then when you're done a year, come back again and just tell them you're a backslider. Go up and I'm telling you, it's a cycle.
Well, maybe it's part of my testimony is because I have what's called older son syndrome because I got saved. But I never smoked pot. I never got arrested. I was never a bad boy. I said, Lord, what kind of testimony can I give? Mm-hmm. Because all these people, they give a stirring testimony. Yada.
I know, that's just a thing. I mean, I was saved since I was 10. And you get all these people up there and they say, I was death row and my face kept on breaking out with acne, something different. And, they were really down the pits. And everybody's cheering for them. Yes, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. I'm just sitting there saying, well, I stole a nickel. I didn't smoke it, but I stole one. So you think, but I don't know. Somebody help me there.
Well,
I knew
this
you
is
sang.
well, Brad Stein had a good one. I struggled with long division until I got saved when I was 9 years old. This is struggle with long division. Well, this is kind of a for real. I hated algebra in high school. I wasn't a Christian when I took it. Then I
Mhm.
took it again in college. I was a Christian. It was a black Afro-American, it was a black woman teacher who
Mhm.
taught me algebra, and she was a Christian. And for real, it literally did open up. So she brought me closer to God and taught me algebra. That's a for real.
Do you guys know the Andy song? Chip says, I like the Andy song.
No.
Well, yes, I heard that Andy walks. Yes, I've heard
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I come to the garden alone.
Right, I love
What's
that.
the dog's name? Andy, because Andy walks.
Yeah.
He talks with me. All right.
He
That
talked
is like a
with me.
Christian groaner.
Yeah.
That's a Christian dad joke. Way to go, Chip.
So my testimony is I'm a recovering wallflower because I used to be painfully shy before I was a Christian.
You're just painfully now.
Now I'm just a little shy, and some people wish I would backslide. Why can't you backslide? Well, you know,
Yeah, Chip, I used to do that too. I went to the Catholic Church, and we all know as kids, when it's time for confession, you don't remember your sins, so you make things up. But you make them so it's not too bad because you had to do Hail Marys and Our Father. So you made it, you know, I stole a cookie, you know, I lost my dog or something. And yeah, we would make up our sins because you'd have to confess your sins to the priest.
I see.
You guys Catholic? Any Catholics?
yes, I was raised Catholic.
All right, well then, you know, confession, you know, and we do that. We'd have to make up our sins.
Well, I didn't know that.
Some of the stuff I went through in grade school.
Well, hold on. You know what, John? I got a couple you can use.
What?
A sentence.
Go ahead.
Oh, I am you them.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Try it.
They're too long.
Oh,
This is only a half an hour show.
yeah, really?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Next time, I guess. All right. Hey, listen, we're almost done. You guys want to see a few cartoons today?
Yes, we do. Yes, we
I
do.
have to do because Chow will chastise me.
Yes.
if I
You're a
don't.
very good cartoonist.
All right. Here we go. Here's a few from the archives, if I can find where.
Absolutely gorgeous.
All right.
Absolutely.
You actually draw this.
Well, yeah.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
I will read this. A little hard
Yes.
to read. It says, "It's His Own Little World" by John Peters, because I'm in my own little world.
Yeah.
Sometimes being a prophet is difficult. You can sense things that other people can't. How do you know that you are a prophet? Here's one way to find out. You may be a prophet if you can sense the impatient anger rising in the guy behind you because your wife has slowed things down by fishing for change. Now, that is true with me and my wife. All right. We go shopping, and she, like any woman, has this purse.
Uh-huh.
He's looking for change. You know, just give him the card, give him $20. She
Right.
is
Yeah, sure.
change, and I can sense prophetically the guy behind me clenching his fist, breathing on my neck. That's a real life incident.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it weighs down the purse. We got to make room for your guy's wallet and keys.
This is true. We just got an amen from my wife.
Amen. Hi, Mary Lou.
Say
Hi.
hi.
Love you, sweetie.
Love you too.
All right, here's
Speaking
a
of the wallets, I'm dreading the hole that's going to be in my wallet tomorrow after I get my treatment.
all right.
It's not the root canal. It's not the root canal and crown or the cavity because with nitrous I can sail through that. It's but when I get the bill.
Well, they asked, well, I got a couple fillings, and I said, well, okay, do I get to choose apple or blueberry?
Oh,
That's true.
Cha-ching, that was good.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. I like this one. This is for pandemic cartoon. It says,
Wow.
how you doing during the quarantine? He says, okay, I guess. My wife has been doing a lot of typing.
Mhm.
Writing a book? No. A
To-do list, good one. Oh,
What was the last part? I didn't hear.
No, a
to-do
to-do
list.
list.
To-do list.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. One more
Mhm.
here. This is one of my favorite all-time jokes that happened at church. So I put it in a cartoon. This guy was saying, I just bought my horses a load of horse feed. How many bags? And he stomps his feet 3
Oh,
times.
that's cute. That's cute. Hey, that's funny. Before we go, live with Naz Monday through Friday at 8:30 left coast time
Mhm.
and 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
11:30 p.m. my bedtime.
I know. And do you have the banner for that?
Yeah, I'm putting up his Facebook right there on the bottom.
Good. Come on over. Clean Funny. If you think you're funny, if you want to be funny, answer some questions, and would love to have you there. A lot of non-professional comics that are very, very funny.
All right.
Okay. Comedian Nazareth.
All right. Thank you. And let's finish up with our friend Chip. He says, I use my rosary as a lasso. Yippee. Okay. And Chip says, hi, Mary Lou.
Hi, Chip.
Mary Lou says hi. All right, you guys, listen. This is the Love and Laugh comedy show. We love Jesus because we're all sinners and we need him. And we can laugh because we have the joy of the Lord Christ in us, the hope of glory. Let's have a great week. We're going to not be here next week, and everybody enjoy their Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured we were taking next week off.
Right, and we'll be back following week on December 2nd, I believe it is. We have Sherry Bishop, comedian.
Yeah, Sherry Bishop.
Yeah, and next Thursday is my birthday, but you're no big fuss over me.
Oh,
Now again, decode that. When people say that, what do they really mean? But no big fuss over.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys are wonderful. Appreciate you. Thanks for being part of the show.
Yeah.
God bless everybody.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
I love you too.